to Lloyd and JD. I am Lloyd.
I'm JD.
This is the best fucking podcast in the world. I'm really fucking stoned. To be honest with you. I smoked before I came in.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty high.
You're pretty high at the moment. Well, it's getting close to legalization now.
17th now.
Yeah,
right?
17th now. So it'll be interesting to see how that all sort of plays out. This
sounds fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got my medical card.
I haven't been up on stuff. Yeah.
There's rules to like. I only know this. I haven't read this anywhere. By the way, so this isn't like something that was like displayed by the government, as far as I'm concerned. I just happen to know a girl that has got a job at a dispensary.
Right.
And they've already hired, but no one's selling yet, obviously. But they're training.
Yeah, of course.
So she goes to training. I think she's been twice or thrice.
Right.
And she was saying that they're taught to, you're not allowed to buy weed high.
Right.
You're not allowed to be high even a little bit, even if you're a medical user. So you can't have smoked within like the last fucking 2 hours or some stupid shit. Like you can't smell like weed. You can't look like, this is like, so you like, it's kind of fucked. Like,
so take a shower before you go buy your weed?
Or don't like have your last little bit on you. Like,
right.
You can't look like you've gotten high. You can't have red eyes. They're looking for things like not making eye contact. So, like, say you're shy and you've got glaucoma, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because if you've got red eyes and you can't make eye contact, you're going to get kicked out. They literally asked to remove you.
Wow.
So I don't know how it's going to go right away, because not only have you got all these, like, literally it's like a legal thing that they cannot sell you weed high. If you crash on the way home or some shit like that and you were high when they sold you weed, like, there's some, like, legal shit that they're accountable for. And I don't know how deep it goes.
So... To me, like, I mean, what they're probably looking at is they're trying to get ahead of the curve of legal claims. So it's a lot of like selling alcohol.
But it's gonna be a fucking shit show. Like,
no, it is gonna be that.
If you're looking for no eye contact and red eyes, like you're gonna like that's fucked up, man. Like, I know people at work that don't smoke that I'm like, dude, your eyes are red as fuck. You look like you've just been blazed. Like. And not even that, like, you're going to get all these new employees that are scared shitless to sell someone high, right? Like, wouldn't you be? Like, if there's a legal error, this is brand new, selling weed legally. It's going to feel weird. I'd feel weird in a shop. Like, I'm waiting for the SWAT team to bust in the fucking door like America or something. Yeah. It's still a weird feeling. Yeah. And now you've got to look for all these fucking potheads. And they're all fucking potheads because they're coming in to buy weed. It's not like some of them aren't going to be potheads.
So I'm buying for a friend.
And let's be honest, between me and you, they're all going to try sneaks hoots. They're all going to be like, oh, it's fine. They're not going to know I'm high. Yeah. You know it's going to happen. Yeah. There's going to be guys that smell like weed when they don't think they smell like weed. Sometimes I think my car doesn't smell like weed. And my buddy gets in the car. He's like, whoa, oh, did a skunk shit in your car? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, really? Like, roll the window down. I can't smell it as much as someone who maybe like... hasn't just smoked weed. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's going to be fucking... Like, they're going to be kicking people out left, right, and fucking center. Yeah. Even if they're not high. They're going to be like, you're high.
To be honest, like, I mean, Denise sometimes comes down here after the thing and says, wow, like, how much... Was Lloyd smoking in here? I'm like, no, Lloyd does not smoke in here.
It's my scent.
Yeah, it just, you know, it clings to you and that's it. And it dissipates. But I mean, I think that's more the businesses trying to not get sued by somebody.
Say you're in a house with someone who does smoke weed and they're not picking up their weed today, and you are picking up your weed and you didn't smoke weed, but you've walked around a house where people have smoked weed. Right. You're now walking into an environment where they're going to smell weed on you and they're going to get kicked out of the shop.
Well, my thing is, won't the shop smell like weed?
Actually, no. Dispensaries are quite good. Everything's air sealed. Right. Obviously, when you crack like your bud. Yeah. But when you're in such an air, like if I do that at home, the whole room doesn't smell. Yeah.
But I've seen pictures of dispensaries in like Washington, and I don't know, maybe they're doing things different here where it's like
I'm guessing the front's
going
to be
your bud tender comes up and he opens up the jar and you're like, that's a great
who knows if you're going to be able to do that?
Yeah. Or if it's like packaged or who knows? I mean, obviously we'll see. It's going to be an interesting, you know, sort of
I'm not interested
growth
to be honest
period
with you, because weed and hash and oil is still illegal. Right. Which is the only reason I'd walk to a dispensary. Right. Because I can't buy that from a medical place. Yeah. So pointless. I'm never going to go in one of the shops. Like, especially not while all this shit's going on. Yeah. I'm going to carry on getting my shit delivered to me the way I've been getting it.
Yeah, I mean, you have a medical card.
I'm not going to be fucking around with this. So. Go to this fucking dispensary, not high. And they've even claimed that they're going to be out of stock, like, every day. Like, people are going to be like... I've heard this. I don't know if this is true, because it's pretty fucked up sounding. I've heard people are going to be camping out for the opening.
Yeah, it does not surprise me. It's like
What
probably
the fuck?
it's probably going to be bigger than the Apple Watch or
worst
something.
camp out ever.
Yeah.
Everyone wakes up late and no one gets in on time. You walk past the weed shop on the 17th, in the morning of 17th, and all those tents are still zipped the fuck up and that store been open.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's probably not beneficial to line up. It's probably just beneficial to show up on time, walk past the line, and walk in and be first. I'm not dealing with none of
this shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be crazy, and like I said, it's going to be an adjustment period, and you know, it's just one of those things. Like I said, I'm a bit behind because I just came back from Singapore and Malaysia, so I haven't been up to snuff on sort of things. I saw some articles that I haven't read yet about how they're going to do roadside testing and all those kind of things. So I mean,
two court cases already been thrown out of court.
Yeah.
One in Ontario, and the other one I think was in
right.
I actually don't know where.
And we had discussed that in prior episodes.
And the judge
essentially,
the woman was pulled over for it wasn't a pullover, it was a check stop.
Yep.
The officer smelt marijuana. He asked her if she'd smoked. Turned out she had smoked within the last 2 hours.
Right.
She did testing. She did all that. There was weed in her blood. She went to court. They couldn't provide any information to the judge that said that she wasn't driving okay.
Yeah.
She stopped at the check stop. She was driving normally up to the check stop. She hadn't been pulled over prior.
Right.
So the judge threw it out. He's like, there's not enough evidence for me to say that she was inebriated to the point to where she was a hazard on the road. So,
yeah.
So normal judge, good thinker. Said the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and you're gonna have all sorts of cases.
And like
right?
on that subject, I've actually been playing around with weed. I don't smoke sativas. I smoke indicas. People that know me that know that. I have ADHD. I deal with like crazy amounts of energy daily. Something that will knock JD on his ass makes me normal again. And people at work don't even know when I'm high, when I'm not high. Like I've been told by most people I know, unless I'm playing around like I was before I came in here. Most people don't even know.
Right.
Unless they smell it. But I've worked with companies that my boss hasn't known for fucking years. So, so I've been playing around with sativas, which I usually stay away from them. They give me anxiety. I suffer with anxiety, so I don't want to make anything worse. But I've been with this medical place now. I trust their weed. The weed's pretty good. It's all tested. None of it's dirty. I haven't had a headache from any of it and stuff like that. Easy ways to find out that like your weed's either had mold on it or just wasn't grown properly. So it's really good stuff. I bought a sativa. It was great, like very like, and I noticed instantly because I don't smoke sativas very often, so I was able to really like see the difference between what I'm used to and what I've been smoking. And the head fuck with the stuff that I smoke is way more like, and I can still operate like I'm good. Like if you smoked, it wouldn't be such a good thing. Like some of the stuff that I get medically like given to me. Yeah. Some of it's like 19% THC, 20% THC, and it's a real strong indica, and it can really fuck your head in a different way. Like, I could understand how a newbie wouldn't be the best driver in the world, but the sativa was completely different. It kept me really... I could smoke more than I smoked of the other, like, my stuff usually, and I still felt the high. My eyes I still feel it behind my eyes. I still felt the euphoric feeling, all that stuff, but the head fuck wasn't even as close.
Right.
It wasn't very freeing and, like... mind was just able to just go like great for work, which is why it says on the thing it's great for work.
Right.
But it was a completely different experience. So these indicas,
that's pretty funny because you get a lot of pharmaceuticals when you get them. It's like, do not operate heavy machinery, do not drive, do not do all this.
This stuff
and this one, it's like great for work.
Yeah, and this stuff was great. Like, obviously, if you've been smoking as long as I have, I don't think there's any problem ever with you driving. I don't drive high because I'm petrified of getting pulled over. So I've been doing the whole, like, wait 4 hours. But
yeah.
I usually wait 2, and I'm pretty good. Like, if they are willing to swap me on the side of the road, I'm probably going to get fucked either way. I've always got weed in my system. I don't know how good these tests are, but I know that, like, I'm such a chronic head and have been for so many years that I think it would take fucking months to get the THC out of my system. Like, I don't have breaks. I don't take like weak detoxes. I fucking smoke like 24/7. So I don't know. Eventually there's going to be there has to be some sort of law for even like maybe medical patients, even like that there can be leeway because If you're a medical fucking patient, you're smoking it medically. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's people driving around fucking high as fucking opiates. You know what I mean? But like,
right. But you're not even supposed to do that.
No one's made a big deal about it.
And the laws are laid out that if you are doing that, you can actually be pulled over.
Yeah, but there's never been like this huge thing where like, oh, we're going to make new tests, a test for opiates. Like, it's so hard to see if someone's high that they've made a new test to see if you're high on the side of the road. That's my argument. Like, when people are fucking drunk, you barely need the breathalyzer. You know what I mean? Like, when you pull them over because they're driving like a fucking drunk.
Why you need the breathalyzer is you need to
tell me how much they're over.
How much they're over.
Where with weed, you need a test to even tell you if I've been smoking. Like, it just seems like they're edging for something. Like, they don't have a special test to see if you're high on opiates. You're either driving like you're fucking ripped on something and they have to pull you over and they're like, shit, like, what the fuck is this guy on? And they take you in and give you a blood test.
Yeah.
Or you don't get pulled over because you're driving normally. And I know tons of people that are on medications where you shouldn't drive and they never get pulled over. Right. And even if they did, the officer wouldn't be like, have you been taking your prescription medications today? I'm going to take you down a blood test. It would never happen. Yeah. Because I talk to people all the time that take maybe too many pills that they shouldn't be taking, that they take legally. Yeah. And they work, they do all sorts of things. So there's no special fucking test for that. But because of this whole like weed being legalized thing, they've made this special test and they're going to be testing everyone. Like, you got red eyes, son, you want to test? Like,
and like we discussed before, I mean, there's going to be growing pains with everything,
which is why I'm playing with the rules,
to, you know, the enforcement and all this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, even
though
it's
like the worst thing that ever happened to me right now. Yeah. I just want it all to go away.
Yeah. You just wanted it to be the way it was, and you were fine with the way it was.
Yeah, man. I don't understand. Like, it just caused too much negative attention to it. Like, you know, just to bring up one thing, you haven't been in town lately. I don't know if you know about this, but there was a 25-year-old that was driving on Stony Trail, fucking middle of the morning. There was no one on the roads, and he fucking plowed into one of the side light posts. He died, and it was a terrible event. Like, 25, he's fucking young. He's my age. Yeah. So, you know, I'm a little bit older, but it's like dawning on me, like, holy fuck, like, yeah, it's never nice seeing someone your age die.
No,
you're like, fuck. But the only thing they found in there was weed.
Right.
So obviously now you've got like this guy, you know, it was weed, devil drug.
But I mean,
that's like, people are like, I've even like, there's some people at work that don't smoke, and the first thing he says to me, like, came to work and he's like, did you hear about that guy on weed that like drove his car into a lamppost and killed himself because he was so high on the weed? Like, it's just like, dude, calm the fuck down, man. Yeah.
Like, was that the results of the autopsy though?
They haven't brought out the but people are already going to like
and that's exactly my point. Like, I mean, you know,
people die from like drink driving all the time. They're like, oh, what an idiot. This guy dies like and is found with weed in the vehicle. Like, he could have just had weed in the vehicle, man. Like, I drive with weed in the vehicle. Don't mean I'm smoking it.
Yeah.
I do all my shit's done legally. I keep it in away from the driver. I keep it in the back. Yeah. I can't access it while I'm driving, so there's no way they could pull me over and be like, you were smoking this in the cab, because it's in the fucking back.
Yeah.
It's in my medical container. I carry my medical card. I do everything right.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they know that he hadn't done that?
Well, like, what I'm saying
all they released was that there was drugs in the car with marijuana, and he plowed in it, and there was no alcohol. It didn't seem like he was been drinking.
Right.
That's all they fucking said.
Didn't seem like he was been drinking.
Yeah, like there was no alcohol in the car, and like from what they could see,
but that doesn't mean anything either. I mean,
forget.
He could have been drinking prior to getting into the car that caused the crash. He could have been like using a combination of both the drugs and the alcohol. It might have been neither of those things. He may have been late at night. He may have fallen asleep at the wheel. Like, I mean, that happens too.
Reading the event though, like, this was. Like, they had done some sort of test. They knew he wasn't drinking. Right. They knew he had weed in his system.
Right.
Just put it that way. But they didn't release any autopsy shit. They just released that he had weed in his system. But I know they said he hadn't been drinking.
Yeah.
Because that's why everyone took it so like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But the things that were coming out of it was crazy. Some of the shit that people were saying.
Well, of course, because it freaks people out. Because everybody's going to assume now that everybody's going to get blitzed out of their mind. He plowed his car
into the side because he was just maniac high. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like the reefer madness thing, right? You know,
what the fuck are you talking about, man?
It's
I just want it all to go away. I mean, it's fucking stupid. People crash with weed in the car all the time when it was illegal, and no one ever fucking went nuts about it. Like, I don't know, like this.
Yeah, like I said, there'll be some growing pains.
But it is funny. I go every 3 months. Somebody cut you off. Every 3 months, I go to the weed place to get my prescription filled, and some of the people you see in there, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, old lady was in there last time I was in there. She must be in there for like back pain. I don't know, something. And she was all like hunched out her bag, and they were like, she was buying a vaporizer, but it didn't fit in her purse. And she was she was going on. She's like, I really like the Snoop Dogg. You know, it was just, it was fucking funny, man. Like, just shit you like never see.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see anyway.
Yeah.
Some old lady just getting ripped.
Interesting.
She likes the Snoop Dogg the best.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, there's going to be growing pains, obviously, on the 17th and thereafter for the next foreseeable little bit. I mean, there's going to be a lot of adjustment for people. And, you know, eventually it's just going to be old hat. It's just going to be, it's like, yeah, whatever, you know. It's not going to be a big deal.
Well, yeah, and like even me now, like, you know, I smoked before I came in here. It's been, what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel...
Back to normal?
Back to normal.
Right.
The first effects of it being so hazy started to wear off at this point. Now I'm just dealing with, you know, being a normal person. I'm not over excited. I'm not sitting here fiddling.
Right.
I'm able to have a conversation with you about my mind racing about things that don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I mean, I can tell sometimes when you've just smoked because, you know.
Get hazy. It's like initial burst of...
And then, you know, sometimes not the case. But, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast,
I
right?
just feel normal. So the period for guys like me that have been smoking for so long, you're talking like 15, 20 minutes. And
it's building up a tolerance, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
15, 20 minutes in, I'm not feeling the same effects I was feeling 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, I wouldn't have drove, but I knew I wasn't driving.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They've got to do more testing on this, and they've got to do proper testing.
And I guarantee you that ultimately, at the end of the day, they will, because, you know,
I'll
based
happily
on
be a test subject if any scientists are watching.
Based on the legal system and the fact that they're throwing stuff out already, they're going to have to make adjustments, and that's just how the law works. And,
I just hope they do tests on people like me that have been smoking for so many years,
right?
Because those are the tests that need to be done.
Yeah.
Because I'll whip your tests.
Yeah.
You know, I do everything stoned.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe look at just, you know, the roadside tests. They'll pull out a bag of Doritos, and if you eat it, you're done.
I don't like Doritos, so I'd be like, you don't got me, bud. Yeah. I'm too far in the game for munchies.
Too far into the game for munchies?
I still get hungry,
yeah,
but I don't get like, I'll eat your face munchies. I used to. That shit don't affect me no more.
No more?
Penetrable.
We'll see.
Juice is like, when you're a full-time smoker, pasties is your nemesis.
Yeah.
Always pasties, and water doesn't do it. You gotta have juice.
Yeah. Hydration.
Yeah, like Gatorade. I always thought of making a drink like Stoner's Aid, because Gatorade's got a lot, like when you're smoking weeds, you're losing twice the water that you're losing. You're dehydrating twice as fast as you would if you weren't smoking weed.
Right.
And you've hijacked your metabolism, which is why it can be a great workout drug. You know, a lot of people know that. Like, if you can beat the munchies, and you can smoke weed and work out, you're gonna burn a lot of weight off, because you know, you're training your metabolism. It goes a lot higher, but then you're not eating, so you're starting to burn that fat. Yeah, which is what you want to do. It can be really good. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger used to smoke when he was working out. I know tons of people that do MMA, mixed martial arts. There's actually a new gym where they get high before they do mixed martial arts, and the whole point of this gym is actually to break the stigmatism of marijuana. Right.
I saw that the jiu-jitsu tournament.
And it's not to be cool. It's not because they want it. It's actually to break stigmatism. They want to show you that you can be not only athletic and physically capable of doing tasks that you can do not high and do them well, but to have that game head about you and be able to fight, because a fight for mixed martial art, any kind of mixed martial arts, it's a game. Yeah, you're playing a game.
Well, and it takes a lot of thought and planning and all that kind of stuff.
Where are they moving and stuff. So things like that opening up all over the world, just breaking that stigmatism that you lose brain cells and you're slower and you're this and you're that. You know, if you can handle your shit and you've got that tolerance there and you've been smoking, you know, your first time maybe going to be a bit wild, but you definitely can handle, you know, tasks that are quite extreme. And if you've ever done MMA, or if you haven't, go and roll around with someone who has. It's not fun. Yeah. It hurts.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much all we have time for this week. It's good to be back. It's good to have you back. And like I said, it's been a bit of a break because I was gone for 3 weeks.
And talk about your long
just want to say thanks to since the last time that we actually had a podcast, we have like pretty much double the subscribers that we do have.
How many subscribers do we have? I don't know.
We have well over 2,000 now.
Wow!
So it basically doubled, and I mean, a lot of people maybe watching this came from the Go Small video, which obviously blew up. But
don't watch the earlier shit. I cringe when I watch some of the earlier shit.
So, welcome to Lloyd and JD. This is probably a little different if you were expecting a empty mall kind of experience.
They've seen the other 200 videos.
I would hope so. I would hope they looked.
Subscribed.
I would hope you didn't just watch that one video and said this guy's going to do malls because
there's only like 2 malls here.
There's only one dead mall in Calgary, and I'm not globetrotting to go visit dead malls. I don't like the mall in the first place. I just thought it was funny. So, thanks for tuning in.
I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Peace.
See ya.